Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Restless Barbarian Gaming. Tonight we are starting a second episode of our Star Trek Adventures second edition series. That's a really long sentence. Series is called Return to Tomorrow. We are running a adventure that is from the first edition called The Rescue at Xerxes 4. So we are picking up the second half of that tonight. We are missing a player tonight. Sorry, Ellie, you weren't feeling good and couldn't join us. We'll hope you're feeling better, and we'll see you on the next adventure. But otherwise, we are going to carry on with the story. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my players introduce themselves, tell us if they want to be found on the internet, where one would find them, and who they're playing tonight. So let's just start right next to me. Let's go with Crash.
I cannot be found. I am a fig Newton of your imagination. But if I could be found, one would find me at AaronBSmith.com. That's where I put my own TTRPG podcasts and stuff like that. And I am playing Redrick Red Sark, an ensign who is very much looking forward to uneventful duty that does not require any major heroics or having to think outside the box or anything like that. And so far, he is very much poisoned. He is very much poisoned.
The first thing I can say is you said duty. All right, we've already established the bar is very, very low here. So let's move on to Ed.
Yes, we had to dig the hole earlier to put the bar down.
Oh yeah. Do I dig the hole before or after? It's before. Sorry.
Yeah, that bar is pretty low. Hi everyone, I'm Ed Appleby. You can find me on the socials at either Ed Appleby or Ed Appleby Actor. Mostly I'm on Blue Sky, but I've got a Facebook page and other things. You won't find me on X. That's all I gotta say. I will be playing Dr. Bolton Penhale, civilian doctor and partial cyborg. I am one of the few who are not poisoned right now, so I will be attending to that pretty much right off the bat.
Awesome. Yeah, because we might need some of that because you never know what's going to happen. Let's go over to Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. You can find me on the socials at Tall Halfling, sometimes Tall Halfling RPG. You can find me playing all over Twitch and YouTube. But tonight, I'll be your Andorian science officer.
Yes. Alrighty. And Q.
Hey everybody, I'm Q. If you want to find me online, easiest way is to go to my link tree there in the description, and all the stuff is listed. I'll be playing Lieutenant Commander Varen, the Vulcan security chief.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and give kind of a short recap of what happened last week. Our crew, our newly deployed crew for the USS Mae Jemison, and we're headed towards the Narenda station on a runabout for their assignment. During the trip, they received a distress call from a science outpost on a planet that's been struck by a highly irradiated ion storm. The runabout crash landed on the surface, and the crew was attacked by primitive, hostile humanoid creatures wielding clubs and rocks. After dealing with the primitives, the crew begin to make their journey from the ship to a science outpost, and they've managed to overcome some obstacles along the way. They've now reached a field of some dangerous plants that had spores that kind of exploded all over some of the characters, and two of them, unfortunately, were severely covered in pollen, shall we say. That would be Red and Varen. As they have left the area, of the plants. Each of Varian and Sark, each are starting to develop a really bad headache. Imagine, if you would, and I think unfortunately for Q, it's probably not hard to imagine this tonight, a really bad headache, sinus pain, that it's hard to see. I personally think Q came into it like he's just like tonight I'm just going to get into character and try to really deal with the situation at hand. But they have continued their walk through the wilderness on their way to the station. We are going to jump ahead, so let me get back to where we are at. Okay, as you were walking, the strong winds caused by the ion storm and the strangeness of the landscape begin to play tricks on your mind. Flashes at the corners of your eyes hint at lurking terrors hiding in the cracks in the ground. Are the wind-whipped plants moving on their own, approaching you? The occasional gnawed carcass of a dead animal suggests that a large predator may be in the area. Soon, you find your heart racing and you're breathing heavy. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have each character roll control and command, please. The difficulty is going to be 2. This is to maintain your composure and not give in to your growing paranoia.
All right.
2? Okay, good.
Just 1 for me.
Just 1? Okay. How's about everybody else?
You said control command?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah.
1? Okay.
Okay, that is just barely, but that's 2 successes.
Okay. The Doc and Red, you start to kind of start to trail at the back of the group. Your captain Jackie is maintaining up front. I believe she had a phaser rifle, so she's kind of taking point. The Etel and Varen, you're keeping it together. It's you just kind of sick of this place already. I mean, you only just got here and it already seems like it's being hostile to you. So now Dr. Penhale, sorry.
Yeah.
Every little noise you're hearing is really starting to bother you. You're looking around. The wind is whipping a little harder. This isn't really what you signed up for. I mean, you had signed up to be a ship's doctor on a floating hotel that would occasionally be helping people get over the sniffles and maybe a sprained ankle. Not this walking around a planet hearing. Did that sound like an animal growling somewhere?
Oof. Yeah, I was expecting to be servicing diplomats and, interacting with new cultures, not going for a hike. It's not really in my comfort zone. I am going to look around using my implant. I'm going to see if I can notice anything that's somewhat hidden.
That sounds like a great idea, and I think I'm going to have you make a roll for that.
Okay.
Let's see what would be appropriate for that. I think control and science. Let's go with that.
Control and science. Okay.
Yeah.
And because I'm using my sensory replacement, I get to re-roll 1 die.
Sounds good. Yep.
I don't think I'm going to re-roll any dice. That is a 1 and an 8, so that's 2 successes.
Okay. All right.
Wait, a 1 and an
Which
8?
is critical.
Wouldn't that be 3 successes?
That's
So yeah,
3.
3 successes.
Yeah, 3 successes. 7. Okay, but good. As you're moving along, you kind of notice off the trail, you detect what looks like paw prints of something rather big. Not quite sure what, but definitely a trail of paw prints that's kind of parallel to the track you're walking.
Yeah, I'm going to call the others over.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what this could be? Attell, do you...
Happy to give it a scan, see if there's anything I can tell from size, shape,
And anybody who has not xenobiology. I don't think anybody has like.
I have xenobiology.
You have xenobiology.
I do.
I do. As well.
I know there's something more specific, isn't there? Zoology or something like that, or I don't think anybody has anything like that.
No.
Okay. You know enough that looking at it, these are definitely prints of something big, some kind of big creature. What specifically, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, a herbivore could leave such prints as well, but you're just not entirely sure.
Which way are the prints going? Like towards...
They are going in the opposite direction of you.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, Red. Well, you're not even quite sure if this is quite what you signed up for either. But you've given your life to Starfleet. Presumably, you may eventually give your whole life to Starfleet. But for the time being, you also think you hear every little sound, and when the doctor spots those prints, it's gonna make you feel a little jumpy.
This is still way better than my last away mission. I am surrounded by excellent people who are all doing a better job pulling their weight than Red thinks that he's doing right now. His primary thing that he's done is he stunned a presumably mutated Starfleet officer with a phaser, and then proceeded to poison himself with pollen spores. So...
Yes, but you learned something. That's the important thing.
Well, this would be excellent if he was on the science track, but he's not. He comes from a long line of people who don't go into the science track or medicine, he's from a long line of people who I go in, I follow orders, I serve my time, I leave. I've done my duty because someone needs to do that. But he's not doing a good job at that right now. So he's on edge for... He is definitely on edge. And definitely looking around for where this giant space dog or spog might be.
All right. Well, luckily in a short time, you spot the science station. It appears to be intact, but heavy damage is evident along the structure's exterior. Mostly dents and punctures mar the surface, but a few areas of phaser fire are evident as well. There is a kind of a main door that you kind of come in and you're able to. It's not locked, and you're able to enter the science station. Place looks like it's been vandalized, from the living quarters to the kitchen to the laboratories. It's obvious someone or something wrecked the place without regard. All communication devices have been smashed. If you'd like to make any kind of rolls to look around, you're welcome to. I think you can just use your tricorder, honestly, I don't know if that I think there's a role that goes with using your tricorder, but
Mhm.
um,
I don't
But I would
carry a
say-
tricorder, so
yeah,
I'm just
I would
looking-
say,
I tell them I'd like to do a scan for life forms on the theory that A, there may be people here we can help, and B, there may be people here who are not quite so friendly, and we'd like to know where they are too.
okay. Anybody else?
yeah, I want to look
I-
around with. Oh, go ahead, Ed.
I was going to say I'm going to start the search for the space duct tape that we need to keep
Yes.
the ship together,
Yes.
and all the other parts too.
I'm gonna look around, see if I can piece together what happened a little bit better. So sort of a forensic pass.
Okay. Etel's scan finds a looks like a storage area. He kind of points towards that area, and then Varen, you kind of start to walk over into that area. You find one last storage area with the door closed and locked. You hear a muffled voice inside.
Who's there?
And you can definitely tell there's some life forms in there.
Can I tell if they're like humanoid or like,
Humanoid.
Okay.
Are you hurt in there? Are you okay? Do you need a doctor?
There
That
is a
wasn't
lock.
No.
So the door is locked, so you would have to unlock it to perhaps talk to them.
This is where an engineer would come in very handy.
I do
Knock
have a-
once if you need help. Knock repeatedly if you are horribly mutated.
Right. I
One
do have a
knock.
focus in security systems that might be useful for trying to pick a lock.
What I will need is reason and engineering or reason and security, either one. It will be a difficulty 0. So this would be an opportunity for you to gain some momentum, but also at the risk of a complication.
I'll take
So-
that risk.
Yep.
Reason
I can-
and security.
I can probably assist if you'd like.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, since it's a 0, you don't
Yeah.
really need anybody else rolling.
No, not really.
Thank you.
I did get 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Nice.
So I have you guys are now going to be at 6 momentum.
Yep, that's what I got.
Okay. So.
Unless the. Oh no, nope, never mind. I was going to say unless the focus counted, but I was still over my security. So.
Yeah. Again, technically, difficulty 0 things you don't have to roll, but
yeah.
it's something that I can
That's how
offer
we can gain momentum.
to build
Do
up
you remember
momentum.
what's the
And
maximum
again,
momentum we can have?
there's always the chance of a complication. So,
Yeah. Do
okay,
you remember what's the maximum momentum we can have?
We are maxed out at 6.
you are maxed out at 6. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
I
you guys
think
are gonna,
there's a talent that like lets you take 1 extra, but I don't think any of us have it.
All right.
Okay.
Or it may
Then
just be in my imagination. So
I would like to spend a momentum to ask a question about the role, about to get more information. Use the
Okay.
get more information task.
okay.
The locking, was it done from this side or the other side of the door? Was the person trapped in there of their own accord, or did someone lock them in? I can determine that.
Sure. The lock was from the outside.
Okay, so someone has locked the door from this side, trapping them in there. So be careful when we open it.
Okay.
I've got my
You
phaser at the ready.
Okay. Yeah. So I was going to ask is when you open the door, what do you are you preparing for anything? So. Okay.
Doctor, you probably have the friendliest face. Would you take point on this?
I will. So I'm gonna open it up with roll my back up, and what's inside?
Okay. It's a mimic. No. No. On a cot at the back of the storage room, back at the storage area, sits a middle-aged human. She cradles in her arms a man. It is hard to tell his age because of his strange appearance. His sweat-soaked face is covered with hair, and even as you watch, the ridges of his eyebrows twitch and pulse, as if changing in sporadic fits.
All right, I'm going to approach and be like, "Hi, it's okay. We're here to help."
She looks up, and her eyes just seemed unfocused and they're just filled with tears. It's too late. They're all gone, and Jasper is. And she just begins just crying, just sobbing.
Okay, it's all right. Like, I'm gonna look at Jasper. Like,
Okay.
it appears that he's mutating or something.
Yes. Yeah. He seems to be in the early stages of some sort of change. The people you ran into earlier seem to be what he is eventually going to turn into.
That's what I was afraid of. I'm gonna get out my hypo spray and sedate him.
Okay.
Just to make sure like he doesn't freak out.
Sure.
When he turns.
Sure. Let's see. Okay. Give me a insight and medicine roll. It's gonna be difficulty 1.
Okay, insight and medicine. That is that's a 3 and a 1. That is 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah. He so you're gonna gain 2 more momentum. Oh, you cannot. You guys are at 6. Never mind. You guys
I might as well use one of those momentum to get some more information here. If that's possible.
You can. Really what it's going to take is you need to calm her down. She is hysterical.
Okay. I'm going to try to talk her down. It's like, it's okay. We can help him.
Okay.
I'm not sure how, but we will figure out how to help him.
You have a talent that I'll say you use bedside manner.
You mean doctor's orders?
There's also one bedside manner you have, which seems to me would be more appropriate for talking to a patient. But either way, she will start to calm down a little bit, but really hasn't said much. What's everybody else doing?
Check the storage room for duct tape.
Yeah.
Okay, secure the perimeter.
Okay, let me take a look here. You do find some kind of bonding tape. This looks like it was kind of just a general area for some supplies, but you don't. Aside from that, you don't see anything right here that would necessarily be useful for the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But again, bonding tape is always useful.
Right. Yeah. What do I know? My engineering's 1.
Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the comments here. Sorry. Okay. Anybody else? It's a very small area, so.
I think Attell is going to scout out basically the surrounding area, just in case we run into anybody else. He's not exactly a security expert by any means, but is there a nice inviting place where we can retreat to if we need to?
Yes, there is a probably like a small kitchen that you go to. You could go to. It doesn't necessarily have any windows, anything there. Unfortunately, you'd be kind of backed into a corner there, but that is an area you could go to.
That'd be good though. Red and I could, block the door.
The woman starts to kind of take a couple deep breaths, and she's going to start to talk to the doctor.
Okay.
She introduces herself as Dr. Heidi Shipp, SCHIPP, a Federation scientist who's been leading the science team. Her team has 13 members that's been here for just over a year. They've been examining the unique flora and fauna of this planet to see if it offered any scientific or medical uses. The ion storm has been ravaging the planet for over a week, and something about it has caused the living inhabitants to go through a process of de-evolution. Some of these science workers are now susceptible to the effects, changing them almost immediately into Neanderthal versions of themselves. Others took longer, but still transformed. She's held out the longest, but she's starting to feel the effects on her mind. And Red and Doc, when she says that, you just kind of feel like a shiver go down your spine. Just before the ion storm struck, they had made a breakthrough in their research, discovering that a combination of some of the genetic material from the flora and fauna could be useful in the treatment of and a possible cure for, and she names it rheumatic syndrome. Her assistant and lover, Dr. Jasper Conrad, was beaten severely by the transformed scientists. Not only is he suffering from terrible wounds, but now he is transforming into a Neanderthal creature. So I'm gonna kind of stop there and kind of see what questions you have from there.
Have they had any? Do they have any of this genetic material synthesized? That maybe.
Let's take a look. I think she does. Let's take a look. Give me a. You can search through the lab. I'm gonna say reason and science. Difficulty 2. If anyone else wants to search through, they can as well.
I'm going to use a momentum to roll.
Sounds good.
Die.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
And because we're looking for something hidden, can I use my sensory replacement?
I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
As the science officer, would it make sense for me to help, or would it make sense to make 2 separate rolls in this case?
I think you can make a separate roll. Maybe you're each kind of looking at different spots.
Okay.
It's not particularly high difficulty. If it was like a difficulty 5 or something, I'd say, yeah, it'd be something you both have to collaborate to search on. But yeah, you could kind of, hey, I'll look over here, you look over here, kind of approach. So, okay.
So my rolls are on fire today. That's
Ooh.
4 successes.
Jesus. Okay. Etel was just starting to, just started to lift something up when you hear a aha.
Oh, it was right here, right on the counter.
What was the difficulty on that?
That was a 2.
Okay, so we're back up to 6 momentum then.
Yeah, so you're back up to 6 momentum.
I got 2 without all that's showing off, but everybody's entitled to get lucky now and then.
Right.
It's okay.
Makes up for last game.
Yeah.
Now and then.
A search in the laboratory reveals notes relevant to 2 different issues. The research for the Imrotic syndrome treatment and the observations and theories on the de-evolutionary transformations. However, you don't necessarily find anything already synthesized. That is something that she says you're going to have to gather some samples from the local area to be able to work on a some kind of potential cure. So,
Well, I think we need to get on that. Besides,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like who knows? We might already be starting to be affected. Having a cure would be a really good idea right now.
Yes. Is there anyone who is injured? I think somebody was injured. I think.
That was injured.
Yeah, I believe Baron was.
Damage.
Okay.
And I also pulled my back,
Mhm.
pulling Red out of trouble.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I injured my ankle, but I thought that got healed.
It did. I think we.
Yeah, I was never told to add in points of damage.
That's fine. Now Jasper does have injuries from where he was beaten up. At the moment, they seem like minor compared to his rapid change, but he does still have some open wounds.
I would like to see to those.
Okay. It's going to be control and medicine, difficulty 2. Take out your little cigarette lighter and wave it over, and
Control and medicine. Ooh, that is 2 successes.
Okay. All right. So you are able to treat some of his minor wounds, and the Dr. Ship, she continues to just hold on to Jasper, and is almost just kind of like rocking back and forth. And she's like, "We have to get the specimens for possible treatments for the syndrome, and we've got to find a way to reverse what's happening to Jasper."
If you can identify the plants that we need, Doctor, then perhaps we could put together a small party to gather them from the surrounding area.
Yep. She can. She can definitely tell you what she needs. Looking around, anyone else who's kind of looking around the station, you are able to find a room that looks like it has some essentially parts in it. But you need to know kind of what you need, and you're going to have to be able to sort through what's here. This is going to be what they consider a challenge. Basically, you're going to have to complete 3 successful tasks to find and acquire the parts. The roles for this would be generally reason and engineering, but you can also use reason and comm. That would be a good alternative for covering knowledge of propulsion and power systems, as well as control and science. The storm outside is getting stronger, so that's why there is a time element to all of this.
Okay, so do we all roll separately 2 dice, or are we doing assistance?
Here's kind of in priority of kind of what your options are before we start talking about who's rolling anything. You basically have 3 options at the moment. Immediate escape. You can collect the parts you needed to repair the runabout and escape the planet before being transformed. Irremotic syndrome. Based on Dr. Ship's knowledge and notes, she believes that 3 species native to the planet have genetic potential to treat the disease. But if undevolved specimens are not found or removed from the planet soon, the cure will be lost as the plants undergo the same transformation as the animals. And then de-evolution. Dr. Ship has made some initial notes on potential cures for the de-evolution process, Finding this will be much more difficult, especially within the time frame that de-evolution might affect everyone on the planet. However, doing this could save Jasper and possibly anyone else who's already been transformed. So basically, you can bail out, or you can try to find the material she needs and try to come up with the cure. The thing you have to do first, and that's why I kind of started with that, is you're not going anywhere without the parts for your ship.
Right.
So that is probably probably what you guys want to work on first. Let me see what they say the totals are you need. Okay, each task takes 2 intervals of time, with the players having an available 15 minutes of time until the ion storm hits the planet. So the problem is you're going to have to do everything at once. You don't have enough time to do one task, move on to the next, like get the parts, find the materials, create a cure.
Right.
So you have to decide, really, are we going to do one of them? Are we going to do 3 of them? But we're going to split up. So I will roll for Jackie if you guys decide you want to be working on multiple things,
Right.
whoever she's with. But I think that's what you guys almost need to discuss first is, what are you going to do? What order are you going to do it in?
Right.
So
Just to clarify, Dr. Ship thinks that if we can find pure versions of these plants and get them off the planet and out of the ion storm, that they can be useful for then maybe coming back and treating.
they could be used for treating people with it, with the syndrome. They're not sure if it will absolutely reverse everything. She's basically saying, yeah, I think it'll work, but again, she's a little hysterical.
Gotcha.
Betting on yes, this will definitely work.
So, Crash, Ed, what do you think with Dr. Penhale's background in xenobiology? Would it make sense to send the two of you off to look for the plants while the rest of us try to find the ship parts?
I mean, it would. I would argue that, fixing the de-evolution process would be good, because then we could try to help these people before they just disappear. But
Yeah, but we only
if the majority says that that's what we're going to do, then that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Besides, we could probably save a lot more lives if we find this cure. So
I definitely think we should look for the cure. I just don't think we can try to treat anyone before the storm hits.
yeah.
You have to. It's going to take more than 15 minutes to synthesize a cure, even with Star Trek technology.
Yes, true. All right.
If I'm understanding correctly, the plants are for a medical cure that's separate from the cure for the de-evolution problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page about that.
Oh no, I thought they were.
I wish it was that easy.
Oh, I thought it was the plants were for curing the.
No, the plants are for curing the disease they're here to study,
Gotcha.
and this ion storm is causing the de-evolution.
Right. So we have
But
no
if we
way-
don't gather those plants, the de-evolution will mean we don't have those plants for a cure anymore.
Yes.
So they're related, but not in the way that would make things simpler and easier to manage.
Right.
True. All right. I'm for looking for plants.
I am going to spend some thread.
Of course.
And Etel,
Yes, sir.
when the I can never say this word, aromatic.
When the disease.
Exactly. When the disease was mentioned, you remember that you have a loved one who is the early stages of this disease. Finding even a treatment, not to mention a cure for the disease, could potentially eliminate pain and suffering for hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've decided so far. Obviously, we have to find the pieces, or we're not getting off the planet. But that our other primary priority is finding the plants that can be a cure, and having a personal motivation to make sure that happens. Yeah, it's pushing us in a direction we were, I think, preparing to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know if you missed it when you went after AFK, but I think we've decided that Red and Pinhale are going to go looking for plants, while Ethel, Baron, and the captain try to find the parts.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I heard it, but I just wanted to throw that complication in. Not that it really.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Not that it really pushed you a different direction, but just a little.
But it may have made Ethel want to go out and look for plants rather than
exactly.
Like, no, you can't do that. You're the science guy.
Okay.
You're the one that knows how to fix the ship.
Okay. All right. So let's start with the parts. And actually, I'm going to have Jackie go out with Red and the Doc to gather the plants. So we will start with the parts first. And let me go back to that. The thing I never understand about this is, how many successes you need. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come up with, you need 8 successes, and you're going to get 3 rolls to get those 8 successes. So you may definitely consider spending a momentum. The rolls, and I will let you this first round of rolls. Each of you can roll whatever is probably going to be better for you. The default is reason and engineering, to be looking through the parts. Reason and con is also possible for covering knowledge, propulsion, and power systems, as is control and science.
I'm going to go reason and con, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And I think I suggest we both spend a momentum too and get 1 extra die.
I would recommend that, yeah.
So Attell is primarily science, but he's very much about how things work, and therefore on the scale of 1 to 5, science is a 5, engineering is a 4. So
okay.
Something he's
and remember, if you have any focuses that apply, make sure that you use those.
Would there be on the computer systems here at the outpost, a manifest of what they have?
That's a good idea. Yeah, that'd probably be a good place to start. So if you want to focus on, hey, let me check the manifest for what we're looking for, and then you say, hey, check aisle 6, shelf 2. Then that's going to be helping Varen go, got it.
So in which case, I do have a focus in computers, so that seems relevant. I also have a talent for technical expertise, which basically means that when I'm making a roll assisted by the ship's computers or sensors, which I assume means like an installation's computers and sensors, as opposed to like tricorder?
Not.
Or would it just mean our actual?
Well, you can't really. You can. Your ship's not damaged to the point where.
Well, no. I'm saying, can I use the computer system that is here at this science station, the same way I would use the library computer back on the ship?
Yeah, I think that sounds fair.
Okay.
Okay. So the total you guys are trying to get to is a total of 8 successes.
Mhm.
So either one you wants to roll first is fine. Just
You
tell me
want
who's
to
gonna
roll
roll
first to
first.
see if you're. I mean, it
I
makes
think
it
Etel
tough.
should roll
You're
first
doing
because
it
he's kind of
first.
checking the manifest. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So we start obviously with 2d20s, spending a momentum to buy a third. And I think, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, reason plus engineering is a 15 for me. I've got a 1, which is 2 successes. I've got a 12, so that's a total of 3. And I have a 19, but that's okay.
Okay.
Because if I'm using technical expertise, i.e. being assisted by the computer, I can re-roll or let the ship's assistants re-roll. So I will go ahead and re-roll mine.
Yeah, just reroll.
Re-roll the 19. The 19 is now also a success, so that's 4 successes.
Okay. Well, spin it.
All right. Off to a good start.
And I got 2 successes.
Okay. So he's able to tell you again, row 6, shelf 2, you'll find the technobabble, thing. Okay. So you're able to now start to go through. And so you guys have already found 6 of the 8 successes that you needed. So you're off to a good start. So I would say Etel, roll again.
I'm thinking maybe maybe we let Varan do the remaining roll on this, just because I'm really eager to get back to trying to dig out the research that
Sure.
I got you.
the doctor has.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend another momentum
Okay.
just to see what we can do.
At this point, you really only need 2
Ethan
successes.
and Con, right? Oh. I got 2 1s, so 4 successes.
Okay, great.
Which means
Hey, Lemmy.
I guess that means
okay.
we're back up
Right.
to 6 momentum then.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I am going to say that not only did you find the parts you need, you actually found a cart that you could maybe, because that was going to be the other thing was you guys carrying all this back.
Mhm.
But you managed to find a cart that you'd be able to put some of it in.
That's worth spending a momentum for, to add that trait.
Yeah.
Always find a cart or a hand truck. No. Okay, great
And
job.
it's Star Trek, so they float, so we don't have to worry about how you get part across that ravine.
And yet still somehow it wobbles and keeps wanting to run over to one side of the aisle.
Right. It's a gravity float cart.
You haven't you haven't tried to take it 100 yards from the store, and then suddenly it's just going to lock up, and you're not going to be able to move it.
But did you bring a space quarter
complication.
so that you put the space quarter in to unlock it from the other?
All right. Okay, great job. Okay, in gathering the specimens, you guys are going to go outside, and let's take a look. So the tasks are split into 2 types: locating samples and collecting samples. Locating a sample requires an insight or reason in science, insight in science or reason in science with a difficulty of 2. That's to locate. Collecting requires daring in security or control in security with difficulty of 3. You only need 3 samples of each. It takes 2 intervals of time. Let's just keep it the same as I did for the other guys. We're going to say basically 3 turns at it, gather 8 successes, but I would say one person needs to do the locating and one needs to do the collecting. I would say the doc is probably better insight and science or reason and science, while Red would probably be better at daring and security and control and security, but you guys let me know.
It sounds pretty.
I am
accurate.
far better at daring and security. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Compared to the
Jackie
other
is-
one. If it was just me.
Yeah. Jackie is going to basically just keep watch as the wind is swirling up. The thing with you though, Red, is you're starting to feel a little more edgy. Just kind of being out here in the air. Hopefully you won't just rip the sample out of the ground and completely ruin it though.
Let's hope not.
Okay. Let's start off with, obviously you have to locate them first.
Right.
So Doc, that's either going to be an insight in science or reason in science.
Oh, I'm going to do insight and science. So my target's 12. How much momentum do we have?
6.
You have 6,
We have 6.
and
Okay.
and if you have any
Just spend that
focuses
momentum.
will apply, make sure you include those.
Xenobiology is probably
Xenobiology, I was going to say, yeah, that would be perfect.
Okay. And just to clarify, so the focus gives me makes more criticals, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything equal to or under your department, which I
Okay.
guess is
Which
what?
is science.
Science and business. I think it's equal to or under. Definitely under.
Okay, we've got 3, so I'm going to start with just 1 momentum, 3 dice.
And
Here
your
we go.
difficulty is 2. So
And that is 1 success.
okay, you got 1 success. Okay. You've any failures or
2 failures. Not. They're all pretty close.
but no 20s, right?
No 20s.
Okay.
11 and 2 14s.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you've found one. So now Red, he says, "I found one." I think. So now you're
Okay.
going to need to roll your daring and security. This can be difficulty 3, so you got to be gentle.
Okay. So my target's going to be 15. Now, for focuses, would you accept hand-to-hand combat?
I would not.
Joke question out of the way.
Yep.
What about survival?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to spend a momentum
Okay. So you guys
so I
back
can
down
roll
to
3
5.
d20.
Or did Doc
And
spend any momentum?
I did. I spent
Okay,
1.
so you should be at 4 then. Okay.
so we're
All right,
down
I'm
to
sorry,
4 then. And the focus means we double our successes, correct?
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
It means that
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
yeah,
It-
it means that your department determines the cutoff for criticals, rather than just being
Okay.
1. It's 1 through your department.
Okay. So I've got a 3, a 1, and a 20.
Okay.
Now, I also have no pain, no gain. If I remember correctly, that lets me re-roll a failed roll if daring was involved. I could be wrong. I'm remembering from last week.
Let me take a look at it.
And I
If
foolishly do
somebody
not
else can find
have
it.
my rulebook
Mister.
open.
That's okay. Let me see if I can find it. When you fail a task but not an opposed task which uses your daring, you may choose to succeed at a cost.
So not applicable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I was not remembering 100% accurately.
That's okay.
But I do have that 1 in there, but also I have a 20.
Yes.
So still, that's successful
so-
with a complication.
Yeah. So what happens is you're able to start to kind of pull it out of the ground, and you essentially
Yes.
tear
Yes.
it.
No. 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 No.
Yep. Yeah. So you basically ruined it. So So you
Although
you guys,
a
so
one
you guys
counts as
have
two
not-
successes, though, right?
Yeah, you got 3 successes.
Actually, I think it might
I
have
got 3
four
successes, but the 20 is in there.
yes,
That's complication.
yeah,
which-
yeah.
Yeah.
So you got part of it, but you didn't get the whole. You needed the whole flower and root, we'll say.
You
So
got half a unit.
yeah. So you've got a sample. Whether or not it'll be good enough is what you're gonna have to do. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna have Doc look for a sample,
Okay.
find another one.
All right. I'm going to use my momentum again.
Okay, so you should be down to 3 then.
Well, did that one add momentum or no?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
then
okay.
we're down to
So
4.
4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might. You know what? I think I might use 2 momentum. I know it seems like a lot, but I gotta.
Okay.
2
I'm a little
momentum
worried.
for
My
two.
science isn't great.
It's 1 momentum for 1 die,
Yeah. 1. Yeah.
but it's 3 momentum for 2 dice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll just use the 1.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are down to 3 then.
Actually,
Here
more
we go.
more
I
expensive.
think you're right on. The, as far as
3
I'm-
successes.
3 successes. Okay. Great. All right. So you're gonna go back up to 4 momentum. Okay. Doc says, "There's another one."
All right. Let's
This
see if
looks a
I
lot harder.
don't screw this one up.
Okay. And then again, it's difficult
I
to
am-
read.
I am going to spend momentum.
Okay.
And 3 successes. That means we get one momentum back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're at 4 then.
Right.
It's
3
our momentum level just keeps going.
Yeah, I know. It's just going.
It's the hokey pokey of momentum.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Well, a 12, 11, and a 14. 3 successes.
Okay. All right. All right. So you successfully get a full sample out.
I successfully succeeded. Yes.
Okay. So this is your last turn, Doc. You got to see if you can find one. Find one
Okay.
more plant.
Well, I am not going to spend a momentum. I'm going to instead spend my determination
Okay.
to make one of my dice a 1,
Perfect. Okay.
and then just roll the other one. I've already got 2 successes. Let's hope
Right.
no complication.
Okay.
Which value are you tying into that
Yeah, I was gonna say which value.
determination?
Let's take a look.
Probably all life is precious, and this is
Oh, that's
like,
perfect.
yeah.
That works. Okay. Okay.
I rolled a 14, so it's a fail, but I got the 2 successes from the 1. So
Okay. All right. So you got the 2 successes you need. Okay. So now it's all up to red. Just don't botch this one. No pressure. Is something growling nearby?
That's my stomach. I haven't had any rations yet since we crashed. So
luckily, we
no
have a
way,
captain with a
no.
laser rifle right near.
My stomach is this way. The growl is that. Oh. Oh. Okay. So. Can I do determination and use momentum?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't
we'll
see.
focus-
Yeah. Let's just take a look.
Yeah. I didn't use it because I knew I was going to get 2 successes out of that.
Right. Right.
There's no
Okay.
reason.
I could be wrong on this, but to me, determination is kind of like a heroic moment. Used sparingly, and you only have 1.
Mhm.
So
Okay, then
I
I'll
would
hold
say,
off on that.
okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm still going to spend a momentum though.
Okay. All right. So you guys should be down to 3 then.
Finally, we bring it down to 3. I've been trying so hard, and I got so far. And in the end, I rolled a 7, 11, and a 1.
Okay. Yes. All right.
That's
You
bullshit,
managed. You
right?
managed to get a perfect sample. So you have 2 perfect samples and 1 kind of injured one. So, but you really can't stay out in this wind much more. It's and now that you've learned that the ion storm seems to have something a little to do with the de-evolution, it gives you incentive to run back into the station.
It's fine. It's fine. When that ion storm hits, I'm gonna hit it with a rock. Wait, oh no. Oh no.
No, that's not how your brain should be working right now. Hitting things with rocks is a bad sign.
I'm gonna hit the bad sign with a rock.
Let's get you inside.
The last task, essentially, before leaving, would be curing the de-evolution. Normally, such an undertaking. Well, let me just read it to you.
Okay.
Normally, such an undertaking would require weeks of work, and the characters have neither sufficient time nor the best equipment for the job. However, only the best and brightest are accepted by Starfleet, so anything is possible. But let's discuss what's going through their minds.
What's
Okay,
that word
so
now?
if I'm understanding correctly, we had 3 rounds because there are 3 sets of like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, so I've only used one of those because I let my fellow lieutenant commander finish the first task for me. I am not expecting. I'm not a doctor. I'm not expecting to find the cure. But if I can use the remaining 10 minutes to collect out of this station's computer all the scans they've got, what their people looked like before, during, after, because that seems like the most likely tool they're going to need to piece together what happened between before and after.
Okay. So, make sure I understand. So you want to spend that time looking for any more additional information they have.
Specifically, I am assuming that Dr. Heidi, has been running medical scans on her people as they've progressively not been okay.
Mhm.
And I want to download all those scans, take them with us so we can crunch the numbers later, but we'll have the data that we need to hopefully figure out how to help these people.
She does not want to leave until you have cured Jasper. I don't want him to go back this way.
Okay, then help me. Because the only way we're going to cure him, is there has to be some information here that can help, or at least slow things down, buy us some time. Because in my head, I'm thinking, I am not going to let this doctor and her staff, who are the only people who know how to help my loved one, lose that knowledge here. So,
Okay.
I'm not forcing her to go anywhere. We'll leave that to our security if it comes to that. But for right now, I think she and I want the same thing.
She agrees. The rest of the team, the storm's getting much stronger, and you still have to hike back to your ship, and you still have to do your repairs to be able to leave the planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recommend that we leave now. We could put what was his name, Jasper, on the cart with the supplies.
I'm just picturing like Animal House when they bring the girl back to back to her house in the shopping cart.
Yeah, we should go now. There's no time to try to do any sort of heroics.
It sounds like a good idea to me. I'd love to fix these scientists, but we don't have time. We could lose everything. It's a tough decision, but I think it's the best one.
She is adamant about not leaving, but I will give you one attempt at it.
Okay.
If on a difficulty 5, persuasion. Does anyone have persuasion?
Persuasion.
I think somebody does. Might be Jackie, actually.
All right, what is that? Is that a focus?
It is a yeah, it's a focus. She has it.
I do have hand-to-hand combat.
You could just do the hammer fist. And
I've suggested hitting problems with rocks. That is a joke. I am not honestly considering that.
Well, here is some of the options to it. You actually already completed one of the activities. You found the materials, so it's actually the difficulty is going to get down to 3. I think, honestly, having Jackie roll is one of your best options because she does have persuasion,
and
and that's actually diplomacy is also actually one of her things. So I'm going to see if Jackie can successfully persuade the doctor into.
Yeah. What do y'all think? Spend the 3 momentum to give her 2 extra dice.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me pitch something.
Yeah.
My sense of time is completely messed up here because it felt like we took a whole lot more than 15 minutes to get here or to get back to the shuttle. But if Attell can stay here with the doctor during the time that it takes you to get back to the ship, you can pick us up on your way out, or we can transmit what we've got if you can't.
That'd be
if you
great.
can't get
We're
us.
our best bet to fix the runabout.
Is he telling
Rationally, you're right. I am not sure I am thinking rationally at the moment.
Yeah. Your best chance at creating this cure is on the ship with time and the right, systems and facilities. It's possible to be able to do it here, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be difficult. So, yeah.
Okay, have I been able to get the data that we're going to need to get that process started?
Yeah.
Or are we leaving that behind?
No, I'm going to give you a chance to do that. Let's do a control and science roll, difficulty 3, to see if you can gather that first.
All right. Assisted by the station's computers,
Sure.
I'm assuming.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. So as an Andorian, I have an ability called Intense. When I buy any D20s with threat, I can generate bonus momentum. So I'm going to buy 1 extra die and give you 1 threat, which I think makes a whole lot of sense under the circumstances.
It does. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you threatening the GM? I'm sorry. The joke occurred to me. I had to say it out loud.
No, I'm helping him threaten us.
Yes. Just don't roll.
If I'm being
lines.
assisted by the computer, if we were on the ship would get an assist roll. Does the science station
Yeah, I technically can technically do a roll. So we were doing. Let's see, that'd be computers and science. So yeah, I can have the system them roll. So let's see. So it's not really using a focus, and complications and difficulty is 3. So it got 0 successes.
Okay.
Not quite a 404, but so.
Okay, give me just a sec. I have everything in my notes except my values.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Every problem has a solution. That seems
Yeah.
fitting.
Apropos? Yeah.
Yeah.
In which case, I have, and assuming I'm using a computer's focus, I have a total of 4 successes. I also had oh crap. Wait a minute. There was something about a reroll, but what was that on? Yes, when assisted by the ship's computer. So yeah, total of 4.
You found the information you need, and you're going to be able to transmit it back to the runabout's computer. So to be able to then bring it to whenever you guys actually get to the Jemison. You haven't gotten there yet. So,
Yep.
But you've gained a momentum. Okay, so I have you guys are at 4. Okay, so now Jackie is going to make her roll to try to persuade Dr. Ship to join you. It's going to be a difficulty 3. She is going to do. She's better insight. Insight and.
Oh, we also got 1 additional momentum from intense.
Ah, okay. Gracias. I'm going to say this is insight and command, really.
Yeah.
Honestly.
She's really trying to. Okay, so and then she's using her focus and
definitely go ahead and roll 2 extra dice. We'll spend that 3 momentum.
Oh, yeah.
It is a dedicated focus. Okay, and let's see. So roll it, and she got 4 successes.
Yes.
She manages to, and again, there would normally be some role play with this, but
Jackie is
yeah,
without a voice.
right, exactly. So, but in a reassuring but forceful, I don't know if forceful is the right word, direct tone, is able to convince her we need to leave. We will do the best we can for you and for Jasper when we get to the Jemison, but we have to go now. So, okay.
And then in the quiet after that, you hear 2 phasers coming down out of prepping for stun. That's Red and Baron kind of.
Look, we have a perfectly good cart. We can put them in there.
Well,
In addition to hand-to-hand combat, I have hand phaser as a focus.
Remember, the cart has to also hold all the parts that you're taking back.
Yeah.
So you really could maybe
Yeah,
lay
Jasper
one of them
won
on top of the cart. Somebody's going to have to carry either
I'll
Jasper.
carry Jasper.
Okay, carry Jasper. Okay. All right. The trip back. Remember, you get to the area with the spores,
Mm-hmm.
and you had done the whole. Okay.
Gas masks.
Yeah, we have a couple people with gas masks. I am not going to go back through rolls for that. I'm going to say you guys figured out the trick to get through it. You get through that. I think you guys had built the bridge over the little chasm. Getting the cart over, it's a little tricky. The wood kind of starts to creak a little bit. You've got to use some strength to actually kind of just help lift the cart over it. And you get back to the runabout. And now this is where you're going to have to start making your repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to that real quick. Okay. Okay, so who would probably be the best for the repairs? I would think that's going to be probably Etel.
Yep.
And I'm going to say... Not really. Well, it's going to be kind of physical work in some cases because you're having to get underneath the underneath it to fix some parts. I would say probably fitness and science to work on the parts underneath. So you're going to need to start on that. Let me see what the rules are for that. Okay.
Okay, that fitness is my absolute rock bottom dump stat. Would it make sense that I'd be directing the others? I know what needs to go where, what needs to happen. Turn that, tighten that. Nope, not that
makes
much.
Sense. That makes sense. Okay. If only there was some strong, brave person who'd maybe climb under to work on things.
My fitness is 11.
Okay.
It now.
And I can follow directions.
Okay. So
Just tell me where the any button is. I'm there.
Yeah, what we're going to work with is the repairs underneath are going to be fitness and science with a difficulty of 2. And then there are going to be other repairs that are going to need to be done within the runabout. And those are going to be control and engineering.
Okay.
Problem is, there's one little wrinkle. As you guys get to the runabout and you're starting to get Jasper and the doctor onto the runabout, damn it, Doc, if you don't hear that growling again.
Oh, that's not good.
You need a space Snickers. You're a total Neanderthal when you're hungry.
Just a growling wind.
Give me a you're still a little scared of what's been going on here. I'm gonna say this is gonna be maybe a daring and security roll to kind of look around to see what anybody else besides Red wants to make a daring and security roll. We'll be able to.
And I'll use my implants
Okay.
to re-roll if I have to. I
2
don't
successes
have
for me.
to.
One success.
Got one. Okay.
Two successes.
Okay. You spot a creature. It looks like on Earth what would normally be maybe a large cat of some sort. But this is much bigger. It's purplish in spots, and it is starting to stalk towards the runabout. So someone is going to have to help fight this thing while the others are working on repairs so you can get the hell out of here.
All right, Doc.
Aaron, Jackie,
Put your hands
your
forward.
department.
Okay.
Jack, I think the captain and I can try to fight off the cat. Or
Okay.
if the captain needs to be in the ship, that's fine too.
Okay.
But I'd like to start by trying to just place a shot between its forelegs to scare it off rather than.
Okay.
And
Okay. Daring and security, I guess.
yeah, I basically want to give it. I'd like to set the trait of respect for the strangers,
Okay.
or maybe this is not food. Yeah. I'm sorry. What am I rolling?
Daring and security.
Daring.
And it's gonna be difficulty 2.
Oh, not control and security. Daring, because
yeah.
daring makes more sense. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
13. Okay. 2 successes. Roll
Okay. It hits right in front, and it's right in front of it. Kind of. Okay.
And I think we technically have to spend momentum to create a trait.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna say you guys are down to 4 momentum now.
Give it the trait. This is not food.
Okay. All right.
Fire a warning shot up its nose.
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to do is I want to have Jackie make her combat roll first, and then I'm going to then switch back to the team working on the shuttle. So, all right. So Jackie, don't miss. Okay. Security task. She doesn't really have any focuses that are going to apply. Persuasion, you could argue, but
Daring and persuading.
2 successes. Okay, she's kind of doing something similar. Really not trying to kill it, but trying to keep it at bay if possible. Okay. Meanwhile, under the runabout, Etel and Red are having a conversation.
I think it's very much a
So-
open
Righty
that,
tighty,
close
lefty
that.
loosey.
Turn that one. No, the other way.
In the
Your
book,
other right. There you go.
in the book, there is a technobabble. Let me see if I can find it. Just for like if you ever want to when you want to role play. Where is it? Technobabble. Oh God, I can't find it now. Yeah, they have a section in there. If you want to say, oh, and you use the dilithium, whatever.
I believe the very technical terminology that has already been shared in chat is we're going to MacGyver a MacGuffin.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think Etel is desperately wanting to use some technobabble, but it is not because I'm aware of whom I'm talking to. Keep it simple. Turn that right. Turn that left.
Exactly. Okay.
The blinking light. No, the other blinking light.
Yep.
No, the one that's blinking to your right. No, your other right.
Yep.
Okay, no, that's down.
Okay. Red, give me a control and engineering roll, please.
Okay, control and engineering. I'm not bad at that. He says right before he fails. Oh, no, didn't fail. 2 successes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And you're this one? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And you managed to get the part on the bottom that needed to be repaired. You have now got.
I put tab A in slot B. We're all good.
Exactly.
I took the white wire and the black wire, tied them together.
Okay.
Didn't need the green wire. I just sort of tossed that out. I'm sorry?
You use that little yellow cap to make sure that you don't have exposed wires. That's
we were supposed to do that? I thought you didn't want to cover it up. You had to let it dry out to the air.
We'll fix it later.
I just together with my fingers. It's fine. It tingles though. Should I still be able to feel my fingers?
If it tingles, it means it's working.
There's definitely electrons going through those wires, and me, and me.
Okay. Thank you, Limey. We got the page. Somebody roll me a d20, please.
Go ahead, Ed. I saw you jump first.
Sure thing. It's a 10.
Okay. You need to disassemble the macroscopic particle valence coupling. Okay. Which you did.
Macroscopic means it's big. Should be easy to find.
Yeah.
All right. You guys get up, and that is when you see this enormous panther is nearby. So you're gonna quickly scramble into the into the runabout. Okay.
It's a space panther.
I'm already in
a
there.
Panther.
Yes. Yeah. I'm assuming the doc is in there helping. Yeah.
Quick, Dr. Bolton, we gotta. Oh,
I'm out.
oh,
I'm checking on our various guests, of which we have 4.
there's a silhouette of where Dr. Bolton
We
was.
lost in the hole.
I'm out.
Okay. We're gonna keep this simple. Basically, you're gonna be able to keep the panther at bay. I'm not gonna just keep rolling to basically just say, yeah, you keep it at bay. So, when you do get on, though, I want another roll for repairing basically the inside of the runabout. So, whoever's gonna be better at control and engineering, looking for a total of 4 successes.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
these are something you could work together on. So
I can give you a hand with control and engineering.
Any particular? Can you describe what we're working on so I can see if any of my focuses would help?
certainly. Let me go back to the. Somebody roll me a d20.
Okay. 15.
15. You need to desaturate the primary neutrino asynchronous compensator.
Okay. That's
Shake all the moisture out. It won't be saturated anymore.
kind of sounding
Wipe it
relevant
off.
to power systems to me, because that is one of my focuses. So,
Some of the rain got into it, so
All right.
where are we on momentum?
I have you at 4.
Oh, okay. I've lost track now.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is it, 2?
you're at 4.
I think all things considered, and we're right at the end, I will go ahead and spend 3 momentum for 2 extra dice.
Okay.
Uh,
And Red, you were able to help. Oh well, you might not need it. Let's see.
Yeah. So let's roll.
Well,
Let's
I was
roll.
desaturating.
Oh, exactly what I need. 167.
Okay.
and
And-
a total of 7.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Much
I had
easier
a
than you
1,
thought it
a
was going
2,
to be.
a 5. Wait, no, not 6, 7 from me. Total of 8.
Oh, wait, 7 from you. Jesus. So
So I had a
just-
1, a 2, a
Right.
5, which are all crits with the focus, and a 15, which is what I needed.
It sounds like I don't need to roll because you've already gotten all the successes.
Exactly.
How can we?
Uh,
Why can't we hold all these successes?
Etel just was like, "Oh, this is much simpler than I thought it was going to be," and and everyone else was like, "Oh, but I helped too."
There was a button on the control panel that said "Solve problems," and you pressed it.
It's the easy button, right? So-
Yeah. That's okay. After the-
There's the issue. We had the difficulty set on high.
And apparently, after the first assistant, every other assistant costs an extra momentum. So, it's okay.
Okay. All right. You have got the runabout repaired, and you are getting ready to leave. You're going to have to plot a course up and out through the ion storm. This is going to require a reason and science with a difficulty of 2. You can spend momentum to reduce the difficulty if you'd like.
You want that?
Sure.
I forgot who was doing what at this point.
Well, we can't, as I understand it, we can't be working on this part until the repairs are done.
The repairs are done.
So,
Yep.
So therefore, I'm not still busy working on the repairs as we're.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I'm going to fly us out of here. So,
Okay.
If you'll navigate.
Plot a course.
So that's. I'm sorry. You said
It
Sci-
was
Control and
reason and science.
The reason
reason
science.
science, which is basically what this character is built for. So I'm going to spend 1 momentum for a 3rd die just to make sure, because I really don't want to be stranded here with the kitty outside. And that is Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna help me. So that is 2 successes.
Uh-oh, Tom frees up again. We lost him twice on Monday. There he's back. All right.
Oh,
You
can you hear
froze
me
up.
now?
So
Yeah.
2 over here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so to fly out of here, it's going to be a control and con difficulty 3.
All right. I'm going to spend the momentum to get a 3rd die.
Do a barrel roll.
Right? We're doing Edelman. What you talking about? Oh, crap. A monkey. Well, I got 1 success, but also got a complication.
Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
Well,
The panther's still hanging on to the hull. If we go high enough, it won't be a
Float out the
complication anymore.
yeah.
Now we're a dangly cat toy.
You know, and yet, and that actually, when you look out, yeah, you see the panther is literally claws on like one of the struts, and is starting to affect your navigation. You're gonna have to make another roll.
All right. Same.
Yeah,
Roll
difficulty
one.
3. I think it's difficulty 3 last time.
Yeah.
We're gonna increase it by 1 more, so I think you're gonna be at difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4.
It can't be hanging on that. The space glue isn't dry yet.
All right. Well, I'll definitely spend 1 more momentum to. I think we're down to 1 now.
It's got really sharp claws.
Can I assist by feeding you some emergency reserve power?
Please do.
Sure.
More power always seems to help,
More
in the
power.
flagships.
Etel goes to the back and is just like grabbing 2 couplers and going like this as we see electricity sparking everywhere.
I just got 2, so and you got 2. Oh, whew.
All right. You do the proverbial barrel roll, and the panther goes.
I hope it
But lands on its
feet.
feet because it's a cat.
Of course.
It's fine, everyone. It's fine. It then left and retired upstate.
No Xerxes panthers were injured during the making of this episode. You have successfully left orbit, and you can now contact Narinda Station for assistance, and they will guide you back. They will actually send out another ship if needed, but you guys have basically completed this adventure. I might do some follow-up later on about the disease, because since Etel has I think a relative who has it, it would be something to be interested to know about the results. Now, I am going to assume you put Jasper and the doctor probably in the little storage room in the back, because the challenge was they were kind of still. He was like totally devolving. She was getting there.
Yeah.
Well, that's where
We also
put
had
the
a couple
others, so it
stun
makes
ones.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just stacked in there.
I mean, to keep them nice and sedated.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna rely on the doctor to
One
make,
for
make
you,
them go,
one for me.
make them go night night.
1 for you, 2 for me.
Put some easy listening on the intercom.
Some yacht rock. So.
Some smooth Nubian jazz.
All right. Well,
Wait, no, that's Klingon opera.
Klingon opera. Oh boy. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope you had fun with this. This is our first kind of adventure. What we will be doing next time. And thank you everyone for watching on the stream. Limey, thanks for watching, and everyone watching on YouTube. We're glad you're here. Please give the video a like if you wouldn't mind. It helps us out. What we're going to be doing next time is we're going to actually start off on the Jemison, and we're going to learn more about the characters, kind of what their plans are on board, how they interact with each other, and with some NPCs, and then we will be actually then returning in March for more episodes. So we will be back next Wednesday, and then coming back in March for some new stories. So want to thank everyone again, all my players. Hope you had a good time, and we will see you all again next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Night.